Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels to short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. Good morning.
You made it, Sarah.
Oh, man. Should we tell everybody what we were doing?
I think so. Tell them.
Or what I was doing? Oh, so I always like to have a drink next to me, and I didn't have it next to me after I set up. And so we were like, okay, we got 30 seconds. Can I run to the other side of my apartment, get my drink, and run back? And well, yeah.
Well, what drink did you get?
Oh. You stop making me share my dirty habits with everybody. Oh my God. I'm drinking Rainstorm today.
Rainstorm? I'm just drinking a Poppy fruit punch. Their new flavor. Very good.
Oh, that looks tasty.
Like
You're so much healthier than I am.
I don't think they're very healthy. I was hearing from some people, they're saying like the prebiotics and all the stuff that they talk about in here, you have to drink so many of these for them to actually do any good, but it has less sugar.
Right.
I can't drink Celsius anymore. It was messing with my heart and my headaches.
It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody.
But I still bring the energy here. Ready to rock with you, Sarah. You're not on a cruise ship today. What happened?
No. What happened? I got kicked off. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm back at home. I'll be back at home this week and next week. Yeah, I do have a storage unit that I call my apartment that I come back to. Come on.
Yeah, you're there every once in a while. And Christelle, Good morning from Palm Beach, one of my favorite islands. How is it looking on Palm Beach? Anything exciting going on there? I always like going to the Breakers and the Colony and all the fun restaurants there. Great spot.
Let us know where you're joining us from, everyone else. You're back in Miami. How are things in Miami? I'm coming in a month or less than a month.
Yeah, less than a month for the Independent Hotel Show coming up pretty quick. Miami, This is like probably one of my favorite times of Miami. It's super hot. So you wear it like you embrace it, but there's no traffic. You can get a reservation at all the restaurants.
Okay.
All rates are good. So if you're a local, it's like a great time to enjoy Miami. But then in a couple months, we'll have all of our tourists here for the busy season, and then it's hard to get in anywhere, and you got traffic and all that stuff. But hey, I love when people come visit us. So
it's so interesting because it's like opposite somewhat from LA as far as because like this time is normally the very busy season. I mean, it's a quieter year in general, but yeah. And then, but I don't know. There's so many other factors that influence who's coming to Los Angeles and what type of business and what's busy and why and all of that.
Yeah, but it's interesting. We got all these condos going up, new hotels going up, and a lot of restaurants closing. So I'm curious, maybe we cover that in the upcoming show. A lot of restaurant closures.
We had a lot in LA.
So I think we got to dive into that. We have to do a little research into restaurants. We don't really talk about them often, but as overall, it's not like we have new restaurants closing, old restaurants closing, 30-year restaurants, a lot of mix of people not going out and eating as much. So that's the one thing I'm noticing as I drive through. Like we went to a restaurant that we really wanted to go to that we always went to, and they're like, it's our last week. I'm like, oh man.
That's crazy.
Rising food costs, rising rent, rising insurance, everything going up. So listen, let's see what happens.
We've had some iconic places that have been around for 100 years, all of that, like institutions that have closed. Yeah, there's been a lot. Yeah. Especially along the Sunset Strip too. But then I'm seeing news of new places come in. And so I'm wondering, I'm like, what are you how are these?
They got the dream. Yeah. They got the dream. They're coming in. They want to make it happen. So I wish them the best. So for all of you listening and watching, we're covering Miami and LA. I'm wondering about in your city or town with restaurants. Are you seeing that? We're doing our own little research here. as we're live on the Good Morning Hospitality podcast.
Ooh.
Now, Skift for everyone who didn't know, which I love seeing.
I know. That's always cool. Well, why don't we go ahead and dive into our topics here? I know that we want to be mindful of the time for everyone. Let's do it. Okay, so Hyatt, our dear friends at Hyatt, they have expanded their loyalty program to now cover experiences. This is great. We've seen other brands do this. I know Marriott's done it, Hilton, etc. But Hyatt's expanding or extending their World of Hyatt loyalty benefits to encompass lifestyle experiences like dining, as we were just talking about, wellness, local events. We've seen this with other brands. It's really kind of a strategy that's aiming to deepen its member engagement to more than just hotel stays, because as we all know, hotels are just one part of the lifestyle experience.
It's really interesting to see, especially because we talked about some other brands doing it, and so now it's kind of becoming normal. Like, we have to offer things that are not just at our property, some curated experiences of things that are going on around the city. And it's things like you could do on Get Your Guide and Viator and those things, but now it's with their platform. So if you wanted to go see a concert, technically you could probably book something through there. Or if you wanted to go on a tour of the city that you're in, you could book it on their website. And then Hyatt gets a little cut of everything that comes through, right? They get a little commission for getting those bookings. So it's interesting to see them doing that and how they're doing that.
Yeah. It's have you seen, like, I guess they've got like a partnership with Austin-based startup Way.
Yep, I know Way. There's a lot of competition in that space. So I know Way.
Tell us about that, because I'm not familiar. This is my first time hearing about them.
So they are I don't know all about them. And I will say there's other companies out there that do something similar as well. But basically, you don't realize that you're on their website. They white label things for hotels.
Okay,
so they power the connection to get to other things, right? So when you book a cabana, you go on the Hyatt website, you don't realize you're booking through that platform, right? That's how they power everything for all these hotel brands. So Way has a good way of doing things for experiences, and they really promote things that they do. I haven't been a big fan of Way, but I'm hoping it works really well for Hyatt and what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, again, this just makes sense. I mean, this is the future of loyalty and rewards programs that, oh my goodness, what is going on? I just saw that note there on YouTube. So yeah, it is interesting to see what's going on with like loyalty rewards programs with this. But
yes, if I would say I'm excited to see. There's a lot of brands doing it, like Marriott, I know, uses other company, Hilton uses another company, but you're starting to start seeing more and more of this at every single brand. Really to power their ancillary revenue. So now people are looking, and hotels are looking, is how can we generate more money from every area of the property, not just rooms and food and beverage. How do we tap into those experiences? How do we tap into the things on our pool and beach? How do we make it easier for guests to book? Very exciting.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Okay, let's hop onto our next topic here. We talked about obviously our friends at Hyatt, but let's talk about Hilton. This, by the way, big news, big news. Hilton is testing a redesign to kind of update their 106-year-old flagship brand. What? This is, I mean, woo.
Yeah, they're making a big focus, right? Because they're saying they have a lot of focus on their sub-brands, right? But they've lost the focus of their Hilton, the core Hilton brand. And they really want to work on bringing it back to its heritage and bringing the branding back.
Yeah.
I know they've been pushing like the Waldorf, and then they have some of their long-term stays, and they have so many different brands. They're like, no, we need to focus on what Hilton is and how to make it better. So what do you think of that when you start hearing Hilton?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's great because like I feel, and I think it's needed because Hilton became such an umbrella, and there was like, we know what these other brands are that are under it, these different lifestyle brands. But then it was like, well, what is Hilton other than, maybe more of what, for a lack of a better way of describing it, a big box brand. And we all know that that's what travelers are not wanting. So they're really focusing on integrating tech, enhancing wellness features, sustainability upgrades, and kind of balancing like what we've known as Hilton, but with what the modern traveler wants. And I mean, that's a fine line, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how what they do and how they roll it out.
I was reading the article. It didn't say too many exact things as I pull it up over here. But they're testing it out. They're starting to test out some new ideas at their Hilton in Arlington. So they'll do it with 331 rooms there. So warmer woods, more natural light, brighter colors that match kind of the surrounding areas. And it's interesting to see what they do, because you can say all these things. How do you then start marketing that? How do you really separate yourself from the others? But it was funny because their CEO was saying when he took helm of Hilton, he said, I said that running Home to Go, which one of their brands, was like riding a jet ski. And this was like boarding the Queen Mary. Beautiful, but complicated. So interesting kind of quotes that he's got there and seeing what he's pushing. So the rooms are beautiful. I think they're trying to upgrade and not just be known as a big box, more of like pushing into that Ritz-Carlton range is what it looks like they're doing from the photos.
Well, they did an interview with Leonard Goose, who, by the way, I'm friends with. So maybe we should get Leonard Goose, who is he's sort of their brand leader, to come on here and maybe talk about it a little bit more.
I think that would be great, because he talks about Goose said he talks about the 3 C's here that they're focusing on. They want to focus on celebrations, connections, and culture. So that's what he really wants in Hilton, is those lobbies to feel like a place for all those things to be happening. So
yes,
that would be awesome. I'm cheering them on.
Yeah. Very cool. So switching gears a bit to our friends in the sky. How's that for a transition?
You're really good.
Ooh, smooth. I learned from you from last week. Ryanair. For those in the US, we're not necessarily Ryanair isn't an airline here, but it's in Europe. But they are going to be putting their fares on Booking.com, Priceline, as well as Hyatt. Which is a big move. And so apparently they had a long time dispute with booking holdings platforms. And so I guess they've kind of figured that out, but
Ryanair did not want to be on there, and they called these OTAs pirates. That was their quote, that these people are pirates and they're stealing our bookings and reselling them without our permission. So again, that shows you how important these OTAs are for a lot of these brands. So you have to make those deals. Yeah. I worked at a hotel once where one of the OTAs, I think Booking, raised the fee on the hotel brand. And it wasn't a major one, but they had a lot of, 20 to 40 hotels at the time. Yeah. So we're pulling all of our hotels off. And they're like, okay, fine, whatever. And then what happened? Bookings went down significantly, and they had to go back and get back on those OTAs and get back on Booking to get those bookings back up again, because it had that much draw and demand. So they hold a lot of power still, even though people push direct booking and booking directly with us and sign up for your membership points, right? Because they don't want to pay those big commissions to the OTAs. But yeah, sure. Ryanair saw that they had to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's you're getting access to that many more travelers. What was it? It's travelers in 235 different destinations. So it'll take some time, but it will definitely boost Ryanair's visibility. So I have yet to fly them.
Either. We forgot the gentleman's name. He was always on here a lot of weeks. That was from Ryanair. He was always trying to get us to fly to Ireland and get on there. Yes. Which I will have to do.
One of these days.
But they needed it. So we'll see. Yeah. I know that OTAs have a lot of power. And I know we have another story I want to get to. I think we passed it, but I want to talk about the memorabilia.
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. I missed it? I'm so sorry. I missed it. Let's go back to that.
Live show. I want to go back to that one because I want some of the memorabilia. So I need someone to start buying me some stuff. Who's in Vegas?
Well, I'll be there next week. Okay. Yeah. You lead us into this topic.
So a closed Las Vegas Strip hotel is selling off iconic memorabilia. And that hotel is the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. So they're starting to auction off their pieces like artwork, signage, a lot of nostalgia collector's items. And if you look behind me, people, I collect things from hotels all the time. I have menus from the 1930s, 40s, 50s.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, this real red thing here is a menu from 1954. Wolfie's is a diner in Miami Beach. This is the original Fontainebleau Hotel menu from 1954 opening. And we've got things from the 30s. This one right here is from 1905, the first ever resort in Miami called the Royal Palm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, anyone in Vegas, go get me something from the Mirage. I think it'd be pretty cool.
I'm going there next week.
Yeah. See what you can pick up. But they're putting the new Hard Rock Hotel there, which down here is that giant guitar hotel. So that's what's
Oh yeah,
replacing the Mirage. They're putting a giant guitar hotel
that'll
on
be
the strip.
great. I wonder
Mhm.
how I don't know. I wonder how long that'll take. That is going to be fantastic. Vegas is a really interesting location. I'm very curious to see how it's going to evolve over the next few years. I mean, also Vegas has been in the news quite a bit just because they are kind of, traveler demand is down. But I think in a broader perspective, it's like we're also travelers' interests are changing. People still want to go to Vegas for sure, but people aren't necessarily drinking as much. They're not gambling as much. And for a city that was a big part of what people were spending money on, well, how are they going to build out these different experiences? They're doing well on the culinary scene. The culinary scene in Vegas is killing it. But like, what are the other things? The Sphere was like such a good move. Like that's huge. But what else? What else will be there? And I think Hard Rock being there on the strip, if they can do a guitar shaped building, fantastic. That'll be awesome. So
they do a good job down here because that's what they created in their guitar hotel, which is on the Seminole Indian land down here. So they created this guitar hotel out of nowhere. It's amazing when you're driving around. It has a whole light show that flies off of it. But then they created like bungalows on the water, right? But it's over a pool, and you have like this pool experience. And they have great restaurants, and they do a lot of live shows and acts that come through there. So I know adding that to Vegas, but you're right. The Sphere was awesome when I got to see that. That was amazing.
Totally cool.
I just watched what they're doing for the Wizard of Oz. They're going to put there, and like you're in the tornado that sucks you up to
that'll
Oz.
be fun.
Like it's going to be some cool things that they're doing more and more. But you're right. Like some of those hotels I walked into were dead. I don't gamble. I work hard for my money, and I don't get that dopamine hit from gambling. And I think a lot of people don't get it anymore because they have their cell phones with them all the time, and you can get mini dopamine hits all the time doing other things. So it's interesting.
Totally. So we will see what ends up happening, but we'll be there on the front lines to see how that ends up changing.
And Kate, good to see you. She's saying, love the Sphere and feel they need to feed off those types of immersive experiences, get creative, and have more shows. I will forever love Vegas. Yeah, I need to go back where I'm not like on a bachelor party. I think that's the only time I've ever been there. I need to go just to like enjoy the city and see it that way.
Well, I will be there more so in the future. So come hang. I can show you the Vegas
the only time I've ever been is like bachelor party, and I'm like, oh, this place is gross. I'm never coming back.
Oh, for sure. I actually had for a long time. It was not my thing because I went to bachelorette parties and I was like, this is really, really not my thing. But then as I've had a chance to be there more so for just for other events and just discovering life off of the strip there, it's grown on me. So yeah, we'll kind of
very nice.
We'll kind of see. Okay, this is a fun one. I got very excited seeing this. So Hertz, our friends over at Hertz, the car rental company, they're bringing their Golden Retriever Gold Squad to airports. Cool. I think this is so fun. They are deploying a squad of Golden Retrievers, what they're calling their Gold Squad, to surprise and comfort travelers at select U.S. airports over Labor Day weekend. So if you're traveling this weekend, if you are getting a car rental with Hertz, I actually just had a car rental with Hertz over this last weekend. This is so cool. And I what a fun, feel good brand moment. I've never seen this before from them. So this is
I love it. They're getting very creative because that's if they do it the right way and how the picture looks, which is like a squad of Golden Retrievers and Hertz collars, it's going to be amazing, and they're going to get a lot of coverage. And I always love seeing this, like how it became an idea. Say, all right, let's work on this. Let's really push this out. And we're going to have Golden Retrievers running through the airport. How do we get this approved with the airport? Like, I love all that stuff, like how the sausage is made. And so now I'm excited to see what they do because I haven't thought of Hertz in a long time. Now I'm going to be thinking, all right, I'll go check out Hertz now. It seems like they're so friendly and fun and doing cool things.
It is a smart move. I mean, because think about it. Have we seen much of anything from car rental agencies in terms of branding or whatever? I mean, it's like we know of the brands, like, you know of Enterprise, of Budget, of Hertz. And then people either have their favorites, whether it's because they, maybe they get a discount through work or whatever it is. But this is fun. Bold move. In the best way possible, I think.
Yeah, we got to make a note and see if we jump on this and see how much coverage they get over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh my
fun.
gosh. They have to bring it to, like, this will really do well on social.
Good job, Hertz. We can't wait to see the Gold Squad running through the airport.
High five. High five. Okay. Well,
this one. I don't know about this one.
I'll dive in.
How are we going to cover this one without upsetting anybody? I don't know.
No, it'll be fine because it is what it is. So
are you sure? Should you even mention it? Okay. We're going to do it.
I'm mentioning it.
Building the tents.
My feelings aren't hurt. So Southwest Airlines, for those that have been paying attention, obviously they've done a lot of changes recently. Getting rid of their boarding process, then not having the free extra bags. Now, such controversy. They have been ripped over a controversial new plus size passenger policy that will take effect on January 27, 2026. So this will require plus size passengers to purchase an additional seat at booking if they encroach neighboring space. Now, we were talking about this prior, and it's like, wait a second, what makes somebody a plus size passenger? And so, and by the way, I've been on a couple of threads on this on Instagram, just seeing what people are saying, because there are some guys that are like, hey, I'm 6'4", and like, I encroach just because I'm tall, and it's more of the arm space than it is necessarily waist or being wider. And then you've got others that are just like, there's a lot about on this.
I just feel bad for the team members that have to enforce this, right? Like, how are they going to be like, excuse me, sir or ma'am, we need to measure you to see how are you going to fit? Like, how are they going to do that? They didn't really talk about that in the article. So, I think, Sarah, you said this, you're saying this, we should, just like the carry-on, we should put them in like, check how big they are, the carry-on in that little box.
No.
You have a human box.
No.
Do you fit in this, and then you can get on the plane? How are you going to measure this?
Okay. Well, and now the other aspect of this, why this is also so crazy, is that in general, Americans are larger than before. They're taller. They're larger in different ways, and the trend that we've seen with airlines is they've just made the seats even smaller. I mean, I'm 5'9", and there are definitely times like if I'm in like a main cabin, like my knees are touching, and I'm considered the average height of a man. So it's like I'm not even 6 foot or 6'2" or whatever. And it's then I'll sit on what the other thing was. I'm just going to go ahead and say it is. More so than plus side, what about the men that are on planes that are man-spreading into everybody's space? I have been in the middle seat. Yes, I've been in the middle seat on a plane, very rarely, in the middle seat where I've been between two men, and they are sitting there with their legs splayed out so much that both of their knees are touching my knees in the middle. Like, is that necessary? Is that really necessary? That there should be a man spreading rule more than there is.
I think it's the women that bring all their purses and their Stanley Cup and all their stuff, and they're spreading their stuff out everywhere. And they're
it's not bad. I am one bag up above. No, this is one bag up above, one bag down below. It's under my feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going into other people's seats.
You see, Southwest, you got Sarah and I arguing for the first time ever.
Whoa.
Fired up.
I'm just saying the man spreading.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy what they're doing. I'm really curious to see how they enforce it. So if any of you are flying Southwest, let us know what you see out there on the airlines. I'm curious.
Yeah,
how it's gonna go.
That'll be. There's going to be some pushback, and I also think that there's probably going to be some leniency because I feel like some airline employees are really going to have a hard time enforcing that.
Yeah, like I was at a hotel and I had to enforce resort wear, right? To come into the breakfast. I'm sure you've had to do that when you were in hotels too, like people that would come into the lobbies underdressed. And it's how much you push, right? Like we would have women walk in their thong and bikini to go to breakfast, right? And then freak out that I asked them to put a cover on. What's wrong? You gay? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? It's just like the normal, you come in with clothes to eat breakfast in a fine dining restaurant.
Are you gay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh,
Yep.
these people. Oh my gosh.
Think as long as the seats are reasonable size, the same rules that were established for tall people buying some legroom should apply to plus size people regarding purchasing a wider seat. Yep.
I think some options for I think that was the other thing is like people would be happy to purchase a quote unquote wider seat, but then it's like, oh, how are we making sure that it's definitely for those individuals? I mean, you can't make sure, just like you can't always make sure that the people that are purchasing more leg room are actually tall people.
Yes, they need their space. They want that extra space.
But that's a great point to sell.
A lot of stuff going on in the airlines, but
yeah,
I'm happy to see the airports will be a little happier. I'm looking forward to seeing the Gold Squad before jumping into a Southwest.
Me too. Okay, let's do our real-time recap. What have you seen out there on the streets of hospitality?
Well, I will say I've been researching wellness in hotels.
Okay.
And that's a very general term, but I got to go into a deep dive into sleep wellness at the Carillon Wellness Resort here in Miami Beach.
Okay.
And it starts pretty amazing. They have their signature Bright Bed, which is an AI smart bed that learns how you're sleeping and adjusts you while you're sleeping and can cuddle you as if you're in the womb of your
the
first
Bright
sleep.
Bed that they have. Do they actually still have like an iPad type thing that goes with it, or is it all on your
QR
phone?
code on your phone now? So you scan a QR code and you go to your phone. They have a Jasper air purifier, so you're breathing pure air as you're going through.
Great.
And then they have this whole circuit that you can go through down in their spa, which is like you go into cryo, then you go into a red light bed, then you go into this like meditation pod, and then you go to sleep. And it's pretty amazing. So it's just so many fun things out there to see in hospitality and kind of open you up to this whole other world, including the meal you have before you go to dinner or before you go to sleep. And it's just amazing to see like how people start curating things like that. It's really, really interesting because we're researching some stuff for my own project that we keep talking about. So for Baya, we're going to try to implement a lot of these things out in nature. So very cool. That's what I was seeing there.
Wellness is huge, very, very much so. I'll do a shout out. I was just at a hotel, a tribute portfolio hotel in Hudson, New York, and it was called The Wick. And it was named The Wick because it actually is a former candle factory. And it was such a cool experience. Really lovely people. Just the space there was really neat. And for me, I really enjoy kind of getting to be in hotels that have been other things in past lives, past lives for the space. And they did a really good job as far as like playing into it. So shout out to The Wick. They did a great job. I'm a fan. Cool. And if I go back, I'm going to stay there again. So that was
good job, Wick.
Very
nice. All right, man. We're going to the end of the show. We got our quote.
Okay. Our quick quote, and then we'll wrap up. Okay. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Oh,
I've said this to myself many times, especially, as business owners. This quote has lived in my head many times because you have to try so many times that things don't go right. You have that failure. It's not at the end. You just keep chugging through. Even going through some of your worst days, you already made it through that terrible day. Now you made it to the next day. Just keep on rolling.
Yes. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, keep on keeping on. This too shall pass.
Whee!
Yeah. But I love it. That's a good quote to end the show on. We cover a lot of things. Man, we flew through so many different topics. We're getting pretty good at this, Sarah. It's taken us a couple of years, but we're pretty good.
We got it. Well, this was a great show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what topics resonated with you. But yeah, until next time.
Stay hospitable.
Stay hospitable.